Yo, what's up guys? Got PokeaimMD here with the Enter Mega Latias Showdown Live. Now, originally this was supposed to be a UU Road Top 10, but it seems that UU is once again holding a suspect test, so the UU Road Top 10 is once again put on a halt. I'll probably start up Little Cup or something next just because PU is going to be out of beta sometime soon. It'll either be PU or Little Cup I start because all three of the other tiers are in suspect tests, and I guess that's the issue with the Road Top 10 this year, because all these tiers have just such ridiculous threats that they're always going to be in suspect tests. So I have to try and get it done, or try and get it done on a suspect test ladder. We'll see. Like if RU suspect test ends and then they start up another one, I'm just gonna hop on the RU suspect test ladder to try and get to top 10 on that. I think I did that once on the first year. Anyway, this team is giving some ridiculousness. It's Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, Stored Power, Mega Latias. Thunderbolt obviously helps you beat Celesteela. The EV spread allows you to outspeed Scarf Chomp. Excuse me, not Scarf Chomp, regular Garchomp. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe I'll go max speed if anything. We have PokeaimMD Duck Trio with Eject Button Toxapex. I feel like this is just the best way to use Latias. You just set up hazards, T-Spike, and let it just 1v1 everything. It honestly does. Calm Mind, Stored Power. This mon is so bulky, and it's just a pain to deal with. And Duck Trio gets rid of Pokemon like Heatran, Hoopa, and of course Tyranitar, all of which that threaten Latias. And with Eject Button Toxapex, it's a lot easier. We have Assault Vest Tangrowth with Sludge Bomb for Tapu Bulu. We have Sub Magnus from Heatran. You guys know how I feel about this Pokemon. You guys know how I feel about this move. I feel like I miss it more than Focus Blast. But then again, I don't use Focus Blast much these days. And then we have Choice Scarf Lanners with Stealth Rocks. So let's just go ahead and look for a game. I think the team itself is just a little bit, I don't want to say weak, because it's definitely not, but I feel like I don't have much like to abuse certain things. But looks like lead Scarb and lead Gren with Atatomize, Celesteela, SD, Hawlucha, which is a giant threat, by the way. I actually want T-Spike up as early as possible, so I'm going to lead off with Toxapex as leads off a Greninja. I don't mind him taunting me if he even has it. I'm going to get up a T-Spike right here, because regardless if he wants to get up spikes, it doesn't make a difference. A T-Spike would have been nice for Coco and Sharpedo anyway, and I could just Scald. If he wants to go for a regular spike, obviously this is going to hit him for super effective damage. He goes for Hidden Power Electric, which is going to eject button me out of there, funnily enough. We can go Landorus, Taunt, Hidden Power Electric. I don't know the rest of its set. I really don't, but we'll U-turn. I'm pretty sure it's Focus Sash Greninja though. Getting rid of the eject button is actually good because Hawlucha is a threat, so Toxapex can beat it 1v1. As he does show the Ice Beam, and thankfully does not freeze me. I mean, it wouldn't matter because I'm going for Scald here anyway. I'm actually going to go up a T-Spike. Yep. Nice. So I'm able to get up a T-Spike right there. Beautiful. That'll help versus Sharpedo and Coco, and we can just Scald right here. I'm surprised that he has spikes on this over Skarmory, so I'm not entirely sure. Skarmory definitely has rocks though. A nice little beautiful burn. Can he even touch, like, Hidden Power Electric Ice Beam? Alright, Tangrowth comes in right here. I just gotta worry about Hawlucha, that's the problem. And I gotta keep myself healthy. He's definitely gonna go for another spike. I goes for Ice Beam, that's not gonna do anything. Wow, that's actually did a decent check, I'm not gonna lie. Whoa, what the hell, 46%. I mean, Protean, I know Protean is relatively strong. Like, I don't have, like Heatran comes in, but I want to keep Heatran healthy for the, for Celesteela. But at the same time, I feel like if it's Tatomize Celesteela, Latias beats it, and if it's physical Tatomize, I mean, I had Toxapex anyway, so we'll go Tran here. Like, I have to play around with this Greninja. Thankfully, I got the Scald Burn. It's definitely Focus Sash Gren. Like, I can, though it could be extra, but just based on that damage. I'm not sure. He's going to taunt me, though. He should try and taunt me to prevent rocks. So we'll just Earth Power here. Yep, so we'll be able to knock out a Greninja, and we do limit it one spike. That one little spike, though, is definitely really annoying. It's really annoying, but if he goes Sharpedo, we at least put that thing on a timer with the Toxic. He can't go Skarmory. I mean, he could go Skarmory to get up Stealth Rock if he wants to. I don't necessarily have Defog on the team, so there's that. Hawlucha comes out. Would you have Jump Kick right away when I have Lottie and whatnot? I feel like you just go for SD here, but I don't have a good switching, like, regardless. I know this beats Celesteela, But this Latias beats Celesteela too if it's Calm. I'm just gonna go for Magma Storm. Yeah. He doubles out, I think, predicting my Toxapex. And we managed to land the Magma Storm on the Skarmory upon switching, which was definitely offensive Skarm, so we do not get him, he doesn't get up hazards here, and he gets me out right into my lander, so I can actually go right for U-turn, so that's great. Basically, I didn't think he'd high jump kick there, and if he SD'd, I was in a big problem. I was in trouble, though it more than likely is Electric Seed. Goes Hawlucha. And this gives me my Lati as a switch-in, and I can just Calm Mind up right now and do some massive damage. So we're going to Calm Mind up. He's probably just going to sack his Skarmory. If he SD's up, that's fine. I believe I'd still take +2, and then I'm faster than him, so that's more than fine, yeah. High Jump Kick does nothing. He's not doing any damage with that, so we can Calm Mind up here and do a little bit of damage with this. He actually goes Coco, and that'll allow me to hit the Hawlucha. I guess he could double out into his Sharpedo right here, but I'm just going to go right for Sword Power. Still 60 base power. I'll do a decent chunk. I'll eat up any hit anyway. Taunt does not matter. Again, he has Electric Terrain. He has Electric Terrain, Hawlucha, so this is good for me because even if he wants to U-turn here or Thunderbolt, like I have, like if he U-turns here, everything on his team is hit by Thunderbolt super effectively. So if he goes Celesteela, great. If he goes Skarmory, he should sack Skarmory. Yep. And I'm thinking that when he goes Sharpedo, I'm going to get up my rocks after because I don't want Hawlucha to get its Electric Seed. So what I'll do right here is, I should keep Hearing alive depending on the Celesteela set. I thought the Mon the sack would be Dugtrio. He doesn't know if I'm Scarf Dougie or not. He actually goes right for Ice Fang too. Wow. Very, very solid play. We'll go Landers because we get off the Intimidate, and more importantly, we get up Rocks, which is good for Hawlucha because I want to get rid of the Electric Terrain. I'm also, I think at -1, let me see, because I feel like we live at least one hit from Mega Sharpedo. Then again, if it's Adamant, the Ice Fang is going to hurt. Why doesn't it have Ice Fang here? Ice Burn. Jesus Christ. Stop it. Karen Black, we're not fighting you. So -1 still kills, unfortunately. And I don't have much to play around that, like I said, unfortunately, right here. So we'll go here in on the next Ice Fang as he doubles out into Celesteela. And this works out for me way better than I could have thought because I get up a sub here. He obviously was fearing the he obviously was fearing to me actually like live that hit, and we get up a sub on the top of Coco Sack, and as long as we basically get rid of his team before Hawlucha can set up, and he actually goes Hawlucha right now, so I don't mind that. I'm good. Like I can taunt right here. I'll force him into just spam high jump kick. Yeah, I can force him to spam high jump kick. I taunt, and he's not going to be able to set up an SD, which is what I want. So right out into Landers we go just to get off that Intimidate on him. We take every hit anyway. He even misses high jump kick at that, unfortunately, for my opponent right there. And Stone Edge can knock him out. I think I should just risk Stone Edge right here. I'm gonna U-turn because he's not gonna do much to me, and I want to save my Intimidate anyway for Sharpedo just in case it becomes a problem. Yeah, I feel like that's the play. And we can go directly into Lati. We live every hit, and we can just Thunderbolt and knock him out. Acrobatics does not do, that does nothing. If I would have known it did that little, it only did 50, I mean, it only did 48, excuse me, at +2, which is ridiculous. But we're going to be able to knock him out there. Sharpedo's going to come out. I'm definitely just going to go right for Thunderbolt. He should protect here, but I'm going for Thunderbolt regardless. Yeah, if he doesn't protect, we're good. And the play is to I believe sack Toxapex to force him to Psychic Fangs. Then again, he might just crunch here. I want Tangrowth to revenge kill him, so I'll go Toxapex into like Landorus back into Toxapex because I'm trying to beat Celesteela. And if it's the physical set, Toxapex beats it, right? I'm not sure. This is a tough call. If it's special, then Heran beats it, and I can sub up versus it at least. That is a tough call. We'll go Lando. Get off that Intimidate. If he wants to Mega, that's fine. He doesn't Mega, which is smart. He's trying to keep his speed boost just in case this gets out of hand. And we'll go Toxapex here. If he wants to do that, I'll obviously keep my my Intimidate. And Psychic Fangs is the only way he's actually going to be able to beat me. So I'm going to double out to my Landers here as he doubles out to Celesteela. And this works just in case he's special or physical because we get off an Intimidate on him and we get the U-turn off. Yeah, and just in case he's physical, we'll go out into Lati right here. Like either way, Lati just spams Thunderbolt now and we're good. So yeah, he is a Totemized physical. I'm assuming. Does this Corkscrew crash? Supersonic Sky Strike. Yep. I figured I'd live that just because of my defense EVs and the fact that I'm Mega Lati. And this is actually special. Or is that Fly? I'm not sure. That's special. Okay. That's good. So he is special, which means unless he has Earthquake, he can't deal with Heatran anyway. But we'll Calm Mind up right now as he goes directly into Sharpedo. A very good play, but he has to... Like, he has to protect. He can't just regularly attack. And I always have my Intimidate Mon in the back. So this basically means he takes 2 or 3 turns of poison right now. He takes 3 turns of poison, which is what I wanted. We'll go Celesteela here because we force him to take even more. Yeah, we take that, take the Ice Fang, and we always double back out into Landorus just to get off the Intimidate, keep Celesteela alive excuse me, Toxapex alive. I keep saying the Mon I'm thinking about. My bad, guys. I keep saying the Mon I'm thinking about, but he finally Megas, which means that he's going to lose that, ideally he dies here, but I was going to say, it means he's going to lose the, well, what's it called, the speed boost, and we'll just sack we'll sack Tangrowth here. If he wants to crunch, that's fine. I'm not going to stay in for Celesteela anyway, or Ice Fang, if he wants to Ice Fang and knock me out, that's fine too. Yeah, he does crunch, so he'll go down to the HP Ice. And unfortunately, this Tangrowth does not have knockoff, which would be good for a regular Celesteela, but it makes sense in this case. And what we'll do is we'll directly into Mega Lati and kind of just win from there. I can't believe Lati took nothing from Alucha's like neutral, the neutral acrobatics. But we're gonna Calm Mind up once just so we can take this. Too fat. I mean, he can still flinch me to death, which is unfortunately the thing if he gets 3 flinches in a row, or more, depending. But we will Calm Mind up here. I just want to be able to take the hit. Why do they always flinch me on the turn that I'm attempting to Calm Mind up? Okay, Lati, I need you to take this hit, buddy. Can you not be flinched to death? Because there's still potential that I lose to this set if it is if it's Earthquake. I just want him to tell me right now if you have Earthquake. Then again, I can go Toxapex and Haze and beat him, I think, with Heatran. So we'll Calm Mind up. And again, we're going to attempt to Calm Mind up. Finally, we got to Calm Mind off. And that means we can 2-hit KO Celesteela. So we'll recover once and then we'll 2-hit KO Celesteela. Nice. Mega Lati putting in work in the first game. That is what I like to see when I showcase a Pokemon. That is exactly what I like to see. Hey, that's not what I like to see, though. If he's Supersonic Sky Strike, I kind of doubt he has Earthquake on it. That's so much damage. Yeah, one more Thunderbolt does the game. Yep, good game. Mega Lati is indeed too fat, and that, dude, it took nothing from Alucha. It actually takes +2 acrobatics with ease. That's crazy. All right, let's look for another one. Mega Sharpedo, though, definitely a giant threat to the team. I had to play around with it. Thank God I was able to get the. I was about to say thank Fang, because I was thinking about Ice Fang. I was like, Ice Fang is a ridiculous threat, man. I was like, I thank God I was able to get up that Toxic Spike, man. That Mon is just a problem, bro. Straight up. You guys like the background, by the way? Shout out to Kara, Kangamom. She made it when I kept clicking regular Celebrate. I wish I could talk. All right, so this guy has a scary team. We're gonna lead Landorus because I want rocks up early. I'm Scarf and I need Scarf rocks. Scarf rocks are actually key. I don't think I would actually been able to get them up if anything else. So we'll get up our rocks right here, which kill Charizard, Kieran Black, and all them. I don't mind him getting up rocks himself, and we can go directly into Heatran because the Heatran takes any hit as well as threatens everything that wants to come out. I'm not as worried about Magearna because we have Eject and Toxapex into Dugtrio, and I can just Magma Storm right here. Smart to taunt because everything else I got out to was pretty much slower outside of Doug Show, and there's no way I was going Dougie there. Goes for knock though, so let's see if we can land. Oh, nice, we land it. Doesn't knock him out obviously, and we can just go for another one. Yeah, just booms. So we get rid of Azov, which is nice. His entire team is now outsped by my Lottie. I could see him going Kieran Black here or Conkeldurr. Conk definitely being a giant threat, especially because my main switch in doesn't switch in immediately, but Kieran Black comes in first. I mean, I have Intimidate on this and Toxapex to deal with Zard X and Y. They're both dealt with. I do want to T-Spike up regardless of him being Guts Conk. I also don't want to switch because I don't have a switch. I don't want him Ice Beaming. Yeah, exactly. I definitely don't want him Ice Beaming, so we're able to land the Magnum Storm as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I can see him Earth Powering here. It's still not worth me switching. He might have been Choice Scarf too. Was never worth me switching because Kieran Black is a mon you do not switch versus. Kieran Black is a mon you do not switch versus. So we're able to knock out the Kieran, and I think Combine Lottie can win even with Magearna being alive. I just need to knock out the Conkeldurr. I'm pretty sure this is Guts too. No, it might be Assault Vest. I'm not sure. Interesting. I don't want to go Toxapex. I want to see how much Lottie takes. I honestly want to see how much Lottie takes right here. So I'm gonna Mega Evolve and recover. Because I'll be at the most HP and I want to see how much I take from knock. Oh god. Yo, Lottie took nothing from that, man. Yeah, I think Lottie wins. Oh, he has Ice Punch, okay. So this is definitely our 100% Assault Vest. With Guts most likely too. I don't have a great way of dealing with this mon. I really don't. I don't want to use my eject button because I want to trap Magearna. Crap, man. I think I'm gonna have to Earthquake him with Charizard. Excuse me, Landorus, and then I'm thinking that makes Charizard that much more of a threat. If he's Guts, he could still also freeze me. I'm just trying to think of like the best opportunity to switch out, and he gets a double crit, which happens. But I don't think Mach Punch knocks me out of that range anyway. I hope he goes for Mach Punch, so I end up at more HP at the end of the turn. There's no way it does 12. I'm Mega Lottie. I refuse to believe. He's definitely calculating if it does 12. If it does knock me out, then that's bad. But like I'm not sure exactly how to deal with Conkeldurr. Like if I had an initial, like if I would have known he was going for Combine up first. Excuse me, if I would have known what he was going for first, I would have Lock Off first. I probably would have Combined up. To be honest, that way I could actually do some damage. Because Toxapex beats it, right? But I don't want to use my eject button. Where's that Tangrowth here? It only beats Magnezone, which Latias Combines up on anyway. That doesn't do that much. Not gonna lie. Let's go for Sludge Bomb. Hits Charizard. It also beats Magearna. And I know if I get a Poison on Conkeldurr, that's actually worse for me because his Gust boosted attacks will do more. But the main thing I'm trying to do is make it so Earthquake can Revenge Kill it, man. Because that thing is a problem. That thing is a huge problem. So we can just... I was thinking about switching out on the Drain Punch into Landorus so it recovers less, but... yeah, I think Landorus is just the play right here. We're going to attempt to beat Charizard with Toxapex with Haze. Anyway. We'll just Quake. If he wants to switch out, great. We let Conkeldurr low. Ice Punch doesn't recover enough. I think he might just die to Earthquake, to be honest. Like, honestly, thinking about it, he might. And I still want to keep my eject button around for Magearna. Though this does allow Charizard in. I'm thinking about actually Stone Edging here. Because I know I can Revenge Kill him with Doug Show after, but... if I Stone Edge... and he does go Charizard, I get rid of the biggest threats on my team. But I also let Magearna set up. Earthquake is always the play. That boy ate. That boy straight up ate. So if he goes Magearna, the only set that actually threatens me is Twinkle Tackle. Otherwise, Combine Lottie does beat a Magearna 1v1. I doubt he'd Mach Punch there. Yeah, Lottie's too much of a threat for him to Mach Punch. So with Thunderbolt, it also hit Charizard if I wanted to go to that. Magearna, we're about to find out what its set is. If it's Shift Gear, Twinkle Tackle, then that's bad for me. If it's like that's the only set that actually beats me 1v1. Flare Cannon. Oh, it's Flash Cannon, yep. That's game. Unless he actually does have the Flare Cannon right here. Or he crits me multiple times. But Combine Lottie can very well win. I don't know what his set is. Flash Cannon, non-Ice Beam? He should definitely be going for Ice Beams here. Or Thunderbolts to get paralysis on me. But we're going to keep boosting up my stored power to the point where we destroy Magearna. It's already 100 base power. Which is on the Charizard, which is definitely not a counter because I am 100% faster than this thing. And now Ductrio comes in after and just revenge kills everything. So this is 100 base power, stored power. Good B. That was Zardex. And Latias once again showing why it is the GOAT. Go ahead and Combine up again, Lottie. I think it's Gigavolt Havoc. I did 10. I said I did 11, but I did 10. Lottie putting in work with this stored power. Not bad. So, this one is busted. Like, I feel like in this generation, where obviously Conkeldurr is showing itself to be pretty decent in OU as well, being banned from OU. Like, at least versus this type of team, versus like a balanced team like this, Conkeldurr is a lot better because I don't have any switch-ins really, and no way of actually OHKOing it. But Lottie, I feel like with Mega Tyrants are still being around, but with only just Tyrants are running around really, and you know we obviously ran into a Sharpedo. Like with the lack of Dark types besides Greninja and Tyranitar really, and I guess to a later extent Bisharp, it's tough for teams to deal with Lottie, especially these fat like my team could not deal with Lottie at all, which is why we have Toxic on Dugtrio. I could Toxic that thing, and we have Scarf Landorus to U-turn, break its sub, and then Toxic it with Dugtrio. Like that's my game plan of beating it, and then taunt like on Heatran. But Combine, Mega Lottie putting in work. I actually like this one a lot. We're gonna try and just get one more. I don't have the most time right now. It's actually Sunday morning, and I'm leaving soon, and I want to make sure I can render this. A little bit sad though that the road to top 10 in UU is put on halt once again because of a suspect test. Just sad, but alright, so this guy has Greninja. This will be a fun one. I'm thinking it's Scarf Chomp too. It could be Scarf Gren. This is going to be fun for trapping. I like Tangrowth a lot in this game, like a lot. Landorus is my lead. Choice Scarf and whatnot. Leads off with Scizor. It does give me rocks up early. He's just going to U-turn anyway, so I'll get up my rocks. Yep, so we get up rocks to release pressure Zapdos into defogging, which is something I want. Combine Lottie can win this game. All I gotta do is knock out Greninja, and it actually just wins. Speaking of which, there it is. So I'm not sure if this is Battle Bond or not, but I'm gonna go Tangrowth just to scout. If he wants to get up a spike, then I'm thinking he is Battle Bond. Yep, so he's Battle Bond. That's good to know. Well, Earthquake here just in case he goes Heatran, but he should always go Scizor. Go Zapdos, surprisingly. Are you Toxic on Zapdos? Because you don't really beat me 1v1. That's the game plan. I mean, HP Ice does a ton. I'm thinking about just poisoning him with Sludge Bomb, really. We're gonna HP Ice again, though. I don't know if he'd roost immediately just because I already showed Earthquake, but at least we can wear down this Mon. Tangrowth doesn't need to be super healthy to beat Greninja, and the fact that it's gonna have to go for Dark Pulse at certain points, we're gonna be good. So we'll Sludge Bomb here. Oh, okay. I was not expecting to catch that, guys. I'm not gonna lie, but we just caught Bulu on the switch in, and not only do we get rid of his Mon, that's a giant problem for me, but we also get rid of a Mon that that we also heal ourselves. So we're able to catch that upon switch. I was just trying to go for the poison, to be completely honest. I wonder if this is SD U-turn or defog. That's Scarf Chomp 100%. Like I refuse to believe it's anything else, and I doubt he's Zero Power. I get 2 turns of recovery, so if he goes for U-turn, it doesn't matter. And if he goes for defog, my Heatran is now at full, and Tren is a giant threat versus his team, like a really big threat. So what we'll do is we'll actually sell up here. Again, we're gonna get back a lot of leftovers recovery due to his terrain. And basically, if I do land my Magma Storm, not only will we be at pretty much near full, we lock in this Garchomp on whatever move it wants to go for. I think that's Scarf Rocks. I honestly think that's Scarf Rocks, guys. So we might have just beaten the Garchomp 1v1. That might actually be Scarf Rocks. Yep. I don't know why he I don't know why he chose to go for rocks in the face of a sub-Tran, but I mean, we just beat Scarf Chomp 1v1, so again, helping Lati in the long run. Yeah, we're once again helping Lati in the long run right here. So we're able to 1v1 the Garchomp with our Heatran. Definitely going for rocks was never the play. And what I can do now is just go for Earth Power for immediate damage. I'm not going to bother going for the Magma Storm. And Greninja is pretty much dealt with. So he doesn't double. I mean, I guess it's tough to at that point too. Like, you don't really got much going on for you that you should double, and or that you can't afford to double. And we'll just Earthquake here. I doubt he'd go Heatran. He would always go Zapdos or Scizor. I think he should know I'm not HP Fire, so I think Scizor makes a lot of sense. But we'll Sludge Bomb here. We take the Heat Wave anyway. Going for potential Poison on Zapdos. No, we don't get it. All right, so I obviously don't want to be discharged. Tran is dealt with by like the majority of my team. Lati comes in right now, takes a hit. He does go for discharge, so if he paralyzes me, that sucks, but that also means I beat Heatran 1v1. So I won't Mega Evolve and Thunderbolt just in case he wants to make the hard Greninja play. Scizor is a good mid-ground play as well, or a good play in general, but Lando always comes out on U-turn, which doesn't give Greninja a switch-in. I don't know if he thinks he knows I'm Scarf yet, but yeah, the fact that he's paralyzed me means that his Heatran can actually Toxic me. Would he Water Shuriken here? I'm U-turning, yeah. He doesn't know. He didn't know I was Scarf Rocks too, so yeah, I figured. And yeah, basically at that point, my Calm Mind Lati would win the game. I would go Toxapex there always, because if he goes Scizor, it'd get me into my Heatran. Heatran also won the game at that point too. Like, he made some plays that really just didn't. I don't know. Like, I understand Bulu because Bulu with Terrain Up and Horn Leech actually beats standard Toxapex if it's not running. Standard Tangrowth if it's not running Sludge Bomb. But this team doesn't appreciate switching into that mon, so I understand why we have Sludge Bomb. We obviously miss out on Knockoff. Like, typically the move that you put Sludge Bomb on over would be Earthquake. You put Earthquake, Rock Slide, or Sludge Bomb usually in this slot. But Earthquake makes sense because Mega Latias, again, we're trying to make that mon do work. But Sludge Bomb was just too much. I was obviously going for the 30% poison on Zapdos, make it easier for my Latias in the long run, or make it easier for my Heatran to actually just like Magma Storm, taunt, trap Zapdos, and not let him put in any work. But I don't think I have time for another game, but I think I do have enough time to at least talk about my thoughts, my actual initial thoughts on Mega Latias. And obviously I want to know your thoughts down below, so you guys can leave those down below. But Mega Latias, definitely a giant threat. I think sub Calm Mind Stored Power or Calm Mind Thunderbolt Stored Power would be its best set. Obviously running max speed as Latias and stuff become more common is worth it because you don't want to take a Draco. At least like running max speed, you have the ability to Calm Mind up and then Roost up. Though you do take one Draco. Like, you have 150 base speed up. I'll show you the calc Latias. Let's just say custom set. That's not what I had. So max HP, right? I'll show you Latias Draco, Latios' Draco, and we'll just say Choice Specs Draco. Okay, so 122 to 145, right? So after Calm Mind, you live it, like 100%, you live it. So being slow is good in that case because you can obviously get off that slow recover after Draco hits you and recover up. But yeah, I don't know, Latias is just one of those Pokemon that it can beat Tapu Fini, it can beat Tapu Koko, it can beat even, it beats Tapu Bulu, which is Calm Mind Store Power, and it also can beat, even Lele, I would say, because the only Lele that's actually doing damage to you would be an opposing Calm Mind Lele. Otherwise, Scarf Lele doesn't 2-hit KO you after a Calm Mind, just because you have 150 base speed def. Like, that's ridiculous on this Pokemon. And again, the fact that Dark type's running around, we'll go over it, but there's just Bisharp, there's Greninja, and I guess Gyarados to an extent, but we have Thunderbolt for that, so before Megas, and obviously Tyranitar, and that's pretty much all the Dark types running around in the OU tier. I guess Sableye as well, but you beat the standard set of just Protect, Will-O-Wisp, just with Thunderbolt. Like, Thunderbolt's a good secondary move, and I understand it because it means you don't need the most team support to also do damage to Skarmory as well as Celesteela, and also hitting Pokemon like Greninja and Sableye in one, so it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I feel like Mega Latias going to be a giant threat in the OU tier. We're probably going to see an influx of, did I use the right word there? We're going to see a lot of Tyrantars. I think we're going to see a lot of Choice Band Tyrantars. And I can even see Reflect type being a thing. And obviously when packed with Dugtrio, though I never got to use my eject button into Dugtrio, obviously when packed with Dugtrio, like just being able to get rid of everything that threatens Lottie, literally everything that threatens Lottie outside of, I want to say, Greninja. But Greninja is pretty much dealt with by the team. Outside of Greninja, oh, by the way, in the last turn, he definitely could have Water Shuriken, but I really don't think he thought I was Choice Scarf. I think he thought I was the a Z move, Lando, because he hadn't seen a Z yet, and I hadn't shown him my eject button yet either, so he wouldn't expect the Groundium Z Dugtrio. I mean, that last game was just weird, but and some turns just like I got so much momentum off him, like when he switched in the Boo on the Sludge Bomb. But in any case, guys, you can leave your thoughts on Mega Latias down below. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you everybody for watching. Of course, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, friends.